Mm-hmm. Well, that was a waste of fucking time. That's good, because you know what? The whole...
I really enjoyed the whole clusterfuck.
Now we get the tree from the beginning. Well, you can cut it together.
Unless you want to do like a really stupid thing and like narrate over the top, like dub our own voices.
Absolutely not. You could,
I might.
Yeah, you could
do
attempt
both.
You could attempt to do both of us. If you could do a Scottish accent, that'd be great.
That
right
here and right. I'll stop that.
Well, it just means we
could use that.
We've got a tree.
I might use that at some point and dub over and just make it
dubbing over the top of that would be good. Right.
Fuck. So
thank fuck you. It was 10.
So what happened was we recorded for 15, 20 minutes. That's not going to say anymore because I restarted.
A while.
And Andrew forgot to unpause or unmute the recording microphone.
I take zero.
So
I take zero. I have no role in the production side.
Quick summary. Part 2 of the Christmas extravaganza. Chris, Andrew, Tree.
It's better, isn't it?
We watched Santa Claus.
The Santa Claus.
What? The Santa Claus.
It's important that because
not the other Santa Claus.
Well, it's important because the point is
I get it.
It's not about Santa Claus. It's about the Santa Claus.
It's about Santa Claus.
With an E.
There's an E on the end because it's funny.
I'm not going to summarize the plot again.
Plot is Tim Allen kills Santa, becomes Santa. Her wife, ex-wife, flip-flops, lets him have his son back, kidnaps son, everyone's happy. Tim Allen's Santa forever.
That's a very quick précis, but sure. I'm going to tell you my fun fact.
Hold on. Everyone's an asshole. Tim Allen is a hilarious asshole the whole way through because it's just him ripping the bag out of people for most of it.
During the period of time in which the microphone was muted, I pointed out that Judge Reinhold was in all 3 Beverly Hills Cops.
Yep. Which
surprised Christopher.
Yeah, I forgot.
Right, I'm telling you my fun fact now. And
okay,
then we'll get this
fun fact.
We'll get this shit back on track.
The beginning of the movie.
Towards the beginning of the film, a brief exchange between Scott and Laura takes place, in which Laura hands Scott a piece of paper with Neil's mother's phone number on it.
Laura's the ex-wife.
Scott then says, 1-800-SPANK-ME, I know that number. Right?
Hold on. I don't remember this.
Well, I wonder, because I didn't know this fact. That was definitely on the UK video version. And
that wasn't on that version.
Well, so.
Oh, okay. It's going to connect.
In the United States, the exchange was removed from the 1999 DVD release, as well as the 2002 Special Edition DVD and VHS releases, and the 2012 Blu-ray release, after a 1996 incident in which a child from Steilacoom, Washington, called the number, which turned out to be an actual working sex line number, and racked up a $400 phone bill.
That's awesome.
On television airings, the phone number is changed to 1-800-POUND. The line remains intact on the 1995 VHS release. So I think the version I have, I don't think it was ever changed in the UK, because why would you? Because that's a 1-800 number wouldn't work here. So
when do you... for clarification, the movie came out in 94. So when do you think it became, like...
So was it already a number at the point at which... I mean, 1-800...
Did they know? Like, at what point did films decide, hey, we should probably not use real numbers?
But I think
idiots are going to ring.
But I think the issue is with a 1-800 number, there's no danger there. So there are phone numbers set aside. All like 555 is set aside for use in cinema and television. Those numbers are set aside. Whereas in the UK, I know that the numbers set aside are not so generic. So there are a number of numbers set aside, and you can ask for one, and it'll sound more real, which is interesting to me. So America, which is a far bigger media market, everything's just 555.
Yeah.
In the UK, there are just numbers set aside, and you can ask for one.
The first 3 numbers are what, state codes in America? Is that what it is? Is that what like the first 3 are?
I don't know.
Must be. Surely that would make sense, wouldn't it?
Well, no, because if that was true,
no,
I don't think it's true. Because if that was true, that would mean in
like
every state, everyone only had a 4-digit number. So that wouldn't work.
You're right. Yeah.
So no, there must be something before that.
Yeah, I wonder what the 3.
But that's why I think it's. I wonder if conceivably the 1-800-SPANK-ME thing. I don't know if all 1-800 numbers are nationwide.
Sure.
So maybe it was only when some laddie in Washington dialed 1-800-SPANK-ME that he found a thing. But anyway, There you go.
I do love a good story of people like getting super upset about ringing. Like, I tried to ring Indiana Jones and he didn't answer.
Like, it was a real thing in rap for a while to include phone numbers, and there was like a story a year of some like elderly British couple getting like 3,000 phone calls because it was a phone number and a thing.
Which is excellent.
Yeah. Yes. Agreed. So anyway, the Santa Claus.
Oh yeah, it's Christmas.
I enjoyed it.
I liked it more than I thought I would for somebody that's very against Christmas in general. But at the same time, well, yeah, there's a lot to like. I'll give it that. There's a lot to like about it.
What we should do, I suppose, is we've watched the Christmas Chronicles.
Sure.
Like, they're not dissimilar movies in terms of the fact that, you meet the elves, you go to the North Pole.
I mean, the overall thing of like, which I haven't seen a lot of like standard Santa Claus Christmas movies, but the overall thing of like, hey, it's Santa, he's going to change the minds of the people, and he does by the end, seems to be the same story in all of it.
Yeah.
So in that respect, they're the same. There's an arrest.
Yes.
And a rescue by elves,
A jailbreak.
which is also the same. There's asshole reindeers, which is also the same.
That's true. More true in this than in the Christmas Chronicles, but that's a fair point.
Yeah, I mean, I guess they just
The reindeer
did
are
whatever they
the reindeer are
wanted
more kind of wild animals. But yeah, you're right.
Trying. I don't think there was anything else.
So the elves in this were just like children.
Chinese vampires.
Yeah, this is like two of them were dressed in clothes, and Chris declared them. No. I'm going to tell the story because I've never told this story. You declared them to be dressed like Chinese vampires, which I'll admit baffled me as a description. But he then Googled it, and they were indeed dressed as what Chris described as Chinese vampires. So,
but again, I don't know whether that the general stereotype of Chinese vampires is just that was clothes wore at the time that this kind of story started, and that's where it came from.
I can honestly state I don't want to get into what even the Chinese vampire thing means, but I will say that what they were wearing looked more generically.
Well, yes, no,
like more generically kind of Ming Dynasty than Chinese vampires. But I'll concede to you that you Googled those words.
If they'd have been walking like that,
you Googled those words and produced an awful lot of images of people dressed exactly like that.
Yeah. But then we kind of looked at it, and there was definitely like a mishmash of
there was a kind of without spoiling for the next movies where you see a lot more of the North Pole. In this one, you see out of a window, and the North Pole appears to be entirely composed of Kremlins, like it's very Russian architecture. Yeah. You only really see the workshop. I'd point out they're making toys on Christmas Eve once he's done his deliveries.
Yeah, I mean, are they just getting a head start on the year after?
And then they do that right through to Hogmanay, and then they take the rest of the January off.
Sure.
It seems very strange. I will grant you.
I mean, all we kind of wanted watching this was we wanted to see like a film that was all about the infrastructure of the North Pole. And, like,
I would love to see a film.
Because there was guards. There was guards at the North Pole. What are they guarding?
Yeah, there was a guy guarding his room.
Like, are they literally just there for the instance that there's a new Santa?
Yeah.
To stop him like running around and like kicking elves and like.
Yeah. What if
wrecking toys and stuff?
Because this is it. What if a psychopath kills Santa? More likely than.
Did we tell anybody that doesn't know that if you kill Santa, you have to be Santa?
Well, no. The problem is, Christopher, that I've said an awful lot of stuff that some cunt didn't fucking record. So yeah, if Santa dies, the whole
Santa's suicide baits Tim Allen.
Yeah, like okay, so the titular Santa Claus, eponymous Santa Claus with an E, is if Santa is incapacitated. He has a card on him which says, put on the suit, the reindeer will know what to do. Yeah. But round the edge, in tiny writing, it says, by putting on the suit, you agree to become Santa Claus for life. So, yeah, when he startles Santa on his roof and he falls to his demise...
Santa was inexplicably...
Yeah, Everything else
investigating the chimney.
Everything else we see from that point on suggests that Santa shouldn't have been waiting. And why was he making all that fucking noise?
Yeah.
So yeah.
I'm sneaking along.
It's like the
stomping his feet and
but the Santa version of Suicide by Cop. Like he bangs around until Tim Allen comes out.
Absolutely baited him.
Yeah.
And then threw himself off the roof.
And none of the elves seem that upset.
Like, it was his time. Jimmy was wanting to go for years.
Yeah. I mean, after he accidentally offed Santa in 1864.
Yeah.
With a stray Civil War bullet.
And then Tim Allen just like jumps in the sleigh, and the reindeer listen to him, even though he hasn't put on the suit yet at this point.
Yeah, you were really upset by that.
Which defeats the whole like.
I felt like
put on the suit.
Yeah, but I feel like the reindeer were just kind of like trying to egg him on.
Yeah, but should they have? Like, if I knock Santa off the roof and you happen to be there, and you put it on, are the reindeer going to be fucking raging because
you're not the one that killed him?
No, because you're not the one that killed him. I killed him. You
I see. On. I mean, that's a bad example because obviously, in the event of Santa dying, I would be a far better Santa Claus than you.
Well, you would be much more into it.
How good is this shirt?
We didn't mention the shirt yet.
I mean, you don't have to mention the shirt. Look how good it looks. I bought 3 of these bad boys. You'll see.
You're in for a treat.
I bought 3 of these bad boys. I got a black one and I got a red one.
A black one?
It's the same pattern but black background.
Oh, okay.
The red one is... That'll be for Santa Claus 3, the Escape Clause.
What a treat.
I even have a Santa hat that you can wear.
Is it black? Because I tried to find a black Santa hat for ages.
No.
I didn't look very hard. My look for ages was, is there one in the wardrobe still?
Does Amazon not work on your fucking...
No, because I thought I had one.
Oh.
So I looked in my wardrobe.
Is it one of those ones that says Bah Humbug?
No, I specifically didn't go there.
Yeah,
it's
I was
just a black one.
Yeah, that's
I'm not going to go that far.
That's playing along, frankly.
So yeah, kills Santa, goes to the North Pole, does this whole shit. Pretty sure it's the Richie Rich hat, as I pointed out.
I've never seen Richie Rich, but I'll believe you.
I'm pretty sure it's
he
the Richie
flirts
Rich
with
hat.
an elf. Well, that's not true. He doesn't. An elf interprets him telling her she looks really good for her age, 1200.
12.
But she's like a child, and she interprets him saying, "Oh, you look really good for your age," as flirting. I mean, it's kind of innocent, I suppose. I mean,
it's not meant. It's not exactly meant to be sinister.
It's played as a gag.
It's like, wait a minute, I have no girlfriend.
Yeah, no one thinks Tim Allen was trying to nail the elf, but it does raise an interesting issue as to, is he allowed to nail the elf?
I mean,
they're children.
In theory, she's legal.
They're children,
but she's a child.
Well, I'm glad
technically he should feel very uncomfortable.
we should put a pin in that because the next film essentially.
Ah, for the love of Christ! I don't know if that's telling us that he bangs an elf.
No,
I don't know if I want to find out.
They double down. Yeah, it's totally fine. Yeah, but anyway,
I was trying to think what the tagline for the second Triple X movie was. I'm just going to add that on there.
So yeah, he gets arrested. Which is like, I feel like Santa getting nicked is a really common thing. Like that
happens a lot.
Yeah.
The problem with this was that I didn't catch on at the time because I was tired, I guess. That he was already going back to the thing, which makes me want to believe that maybe in the same vein as the Christmas Chronicles, his plan was to get caught.
Nah, it's strange.
Like, why would that house be such a middle point of his... Like, I mean, in technicality, he never leaves the States.
No, very true. You never see him go anywhere but America. Similarly, we know that Illinois is clearly very late in his deliveries because...
Do we?
Well, yes, because the night he kills Santa...
Ah, yeah,
they don't do much.
Right.
They do a lot. They only do a few places.
100% right.
And then, so why would you change your route year on year? So he goes back the following year, and yet still seems to have quite a lot to do.
Like, is this a bit is this a bit sinister? And this was all his plan for her to throw out the fucking custody rights?
Sure, yeah. Well, maybe
he's gaming the system here.
There's nothing. This isn't like the Christmas Chronicles where we've missed something. I've seen this movie dozens of times. I saw this movie in the cinema when it came out.
How old would you have been? 94.
In 1994, I would have been
6.
6 years old, and it would be my birthday because we used to go see Christmas films in the new year for my birthday.
Sure.
And basically every film we saw, we have some story in the family attached to, and this one is that it was relatively busy at the cinema, so we were sat all of us in a row, and my dad was the last of us in our little line, and there was a wee lassie sat next to him, who at the kind of sad bit at the end of the movie when Santa was getting arrested and stuff, clearly forgot what side her dad was on, so cuddled into my dad crying, and my dad became really terrified to move because he was like, I didn't want to move and just set her like screaming, crying.
Yeah.
So my dad had to just kind of like hold his arm out for this little girl to clutch, sobbing at the Santa Claus. So yeah,
That's excellent.
I've got like basically every Christmas film that came out for about 6 years. So like we went to see Home Alone 2,
Okay.
and we were the only people in the cinema. Me, my mum, my dad, and my sister, just us in the cinema in January to see Home Alone 2. And I've never heard my dad laugh as much in my life as the closing 30 minutes of Home Alone 2, just bellowing in the cinema. It's like that bit in Cape Fear where Robert De Niro's like got the big cigar.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
like, ah. Anyway.
Was two the one with Trump?
Yeah.
Was that 2?
2 was Trump.
I don't know if I've ever seen 2.
2 was Trump and the Pigeon Lady. If you don't remember the Pigeon Lady.
Oh, I remember
yeah,
the Pigeon Lady. Yeah. Right enough, yeah. The first thing that the earliest thing that I can remember seeing in the cinema, Starship Troopers.
How old were you when Starship Troopers came out?
Very too young to be in that movie.
So you're not that older than me.
Yeah.
Starship Troopers came out, what, 99?
Yeah, it must have been.
Earlier?
No, it might have been earlier than 99.
How did you get in to see Starship Troopers?
Oh, Dad took me.
Wow.
That's when I saw Starship Troopers.
My early cinema trip might have been the first Home Alone. I don't know.
That's a good show.
I don't really remember.
I don't remember anything before that. Starship Troopers, for some reason, sticks in my mind. God knows why. Maybe this is why I can't sleep ever.
Very strange.
It's from
Like
Starship
that's
Troopers.
I mean, there's everything in that movie. Like, there's a lot of
it's
gruesome
nonsense.
violence movie. There's a lashing scene in that movie.
Do you reckon that would have been the same level of like rating as if it had come out now? Would it have been a higher rating?
Well, I mean, I
What was it at the time? It was only 15 at the time. Wasn't
no, Starship Troopers must be an 18.
it? I think.
No, to be honest, but there's sex in it as well. Sex is usually the thing. There's nudity and a sex scene.
I don't know if we're completely off topic.
No,
but
it's fine. You've all seen the Santa Claus on this humbug prick cousin.
I've seen it before. I think would have just been a long ago. Starship Troopers.
Starship Troopers must be an 18.
I
Must have been.
I want to say it was
There's
15.
no end of tit in that film.
Where does it tell us? Does it tell you on IMDb? Am I just being...
I'll admit to watching that film far too young with my dad, but it was in the house where that sort of thing should take place.
Yeah, I mean, it was wildly out of hand, but...
When I was really wee, we used to watch the Lethal Weapon films, and I'm talking like, 6, 7. We watched Lethal Weapon on the weekend.
That's a good show.
All those movies. Lethal Weapon 2, Patsy Kensit. Ah, yeah. Doing the worst.
Okay, so according to
It's an 18.
the British Board of Film Classification...
Certification.
No,
Is it not? No,
it
no,
says
no.
classification.
Well, shut my mouth.
Starship Troopers, approved running time, 1 minute 50 seconds, apparently. Why does it say that? That's what it's saying.
It does say 1 minute 50 seconds.
Release date, 2nd of January, 1998.
I knew it was late 90s.
And
Casper Van Dien's not that old.
it is a 12.
Fuck off. No, it's not. Well, you know what? That's pish, because it's not fucking...
It's 12.
Well, it's not 1 minute 50 seconds long, is it?
Yeah,
so
I'm going to double check.
pish.
I wonder what that is. That was like...
Nah.
It sounds like the trailer was a 12.
Yeah, I mean...
Is that what it is?
Yes.
Yeah, 15.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, 15. I was right.
That would definitely be an 18 today.
Past 15 for frequent fantasy horror, gore, and mild nudity.
I mean, it's only breasts. I will say that.
Is it? No, it wasn't. It was the shower scene at the beginning.
The shower-
Right? No,
No, no,
we're
the
not
sho-
getting. We're not getting
the-
well
okay,
into
yeah,
Starship
yeah.
Troopers because that's a terrible
The
idea.
shower scene, they stay waist up, except from behind and on Jake Busey's character Ace, because he wears shorts in the shower to establish that he's an
That's
arsehole.
true. Yeah. Right enough. Fine. I remember that
Listen,
well.
I watched that shower scene plenty. I know it inside and out. You know what's really interesting? We're staying on Starship Troopers for just a second, right?
I mean, no.
My father, whenever we talk about Starship Troopers, right? Because me and my
Right.
dad, that was one of the films we got like pirated on video
Sure.
from one of his pals at work, right? We stuck it in. We never knew what these films were. It was never like, because it wasn't like I was saying, oh, I want to see this. You know, I was too young. He doesn't watch TV.
Yeah.
So we'd get a video and stick it in. No fucking idea what's about to happen, right? So we watched that film together.
Quick side note, that's how movies should be now.
100%. 100%.
Fuck.
Don't watch trailers. Don't watch a YouTube show in which two drunk men spoil the entire film for you.
Just fucking watch it. Go in blind to everything. It'll be great. You don't know what you're getting. You'll enjoy shit movies if you go in blind.
I mean, yeah, my favourite movie, I think I only liked because I didn't know what it was about before I sat down. But we watched Starship Troopers. Great time, fantastic, loved it, both of us, right? And Dad describes this scene every time we talk about it that doesn't take place in the movie that I remember, which is like, oh yeah, it's really funny the bit where, like after the battle, one of the news reports has a clock spinning and the body count going up at the bottom of the screen, which doesn't take place. No. There's plenty of scenes with a kind of rolling body count at the bottom, but actually that's generally about the attack on the planet. It's not about the battle.
Yeah.
The scene he describes quite vividly, which I also vividly remember, and I'm not saying that it was on screen and cut. I think just Dad invented a memory, and me was like, oh yeah, that happened, sure.
It's Inception. Yeah.
Memory's a funny thing.
That happens.
You should watch. You should listen to Malcolm Gladwell's podcast about memory.
We should tag them in this. Maybe they'll give us a wee.
Hello. He's turned a bit of a fan down these days. Yeah.
I mean, at this point, I don't even know where we were at the
Come at me, Malcolm. Well, I mean, we're not really listening. It doesn't matter. I think we've said enough. We were trying to keep this relatively brief.
Yeah.
The Santa Claus is a good movie.
21 minutes.
We could touch upon. We could touch upon. So
there's only one attractive woman in this movie, and it's a very fleeting moment.
When he hits on the last.
When he hits on the random lass in the street, she's like, "Yeah, I'm not naughty, slay boy," or whatever she says. Whatever she says.
No, she said, "In your dreams, slay
That's
boy."
Exactly what it was.
When he says, "Very nice."
That's what it was. Yeah.
Santa sexually harasses some women,
and I'm all about it.
She tells him to fuck
off.
All
about it.
We should maybe discuss the fact that Tim Allen is Tim Allen at the start of the film. He's Home Improvement era svelte Tim Allen.
Yep.
And then between his first Christmas and his second Christmas, he gains a great deal of weight and grows a white beard and his hair goes white.
It was over 45. He's 45 pounds in a week, which means that it kicked in.
But that was 45 pounds a week was just, he's basically saying, I was already overweight a week ago and I've already gained 45 pounds. So he gained hundreds of pounds.
Yes.
But that was just an example of this isn't me.
But then it didn't. It
isn't just me getting steadily fatter.
But this is where I have a problem with the timeline of the movie.
Okay. I mean, it's between two Christmases. So.
Yes, but when does that kick in? Because him running into that office, they're all obviously giving the reaction of, "Hey, we like." I imagine it's just after the first Christmas.
Toy company execs take January off.
Yeah.
Toy company execs, you're right, they don't do a good enough. There's a lot of films, this is a very frequent complaint of mine, there's a lot of films that don't do a good enough job of telling you where shit's meant to fall. Yep. This is one of them.
The time span isn't entirely clear.
I'm trying to think of one that my dad always complains about. Doesn't matter. But there's a war film or some historical film where Dad's always like, when is it meant to be fucking out? The Untouchables.
Right, okay.
The Untouchables never gives you an indication as to when it's all supposed to be happening. Which obviously, given that Prohibition was like 13 years. Anyway, and I kind of agree, but anyway, it doesn't matter. So,
I mean, that's my biggest problem with this is the
timeline.
The timeline.
I mean, it happens between two Christmases.
No, I know, but I wish that, like, even if somebody just gone, "Oh my god, I can't believe a year has passed." Like, just give me something so I know what's going on, so I don't have to seem like an idiot. I'm like, "Andrew, what's happening?"
Yeah, well, I mean, in fairness, I was following it. I think you weren't picking up attention. I mean, I'd point out...
I'm very tired.
It started snowing. It was next winter.
But that's why I thought it was still the same Christmas.
But we'd seen an entire spring and summer and autumn. We'd seen...
Where did we see spring or summer?
What do you mean, lad? He was playing football. What do you think he was playing football?
You can play football at any time of year.
Yes, but there was no snow.
Football plays over the winter.
But there was no snow. In America, it fucking doesn't, does it? It's a summer sport for children in America. Yes.
Okay.
Soccer,
whatever.
MLS.
Okay. Yeah. No.
MLS runs concurrent to baseball.
I know the American timelines.
Very strange thing to say. MLS runs concurrent to baseball in the summer. Summer sport.
Yeah. Oh God. Thank God I know all about baseball.
It runs in the summer. Prick.
That was the only problem I had because I'm an idiot.
Yeah, you weren't paying enough attention.
Sorry.
You weren't paying enough attention.
Sorry, Andrew.
Your eyes will be glued to the next one.
Oh, I can't wait.
The next one's kind of a romance.
I can't wait. Well, I mean, we're literally going to go...
No, we're not. Don't spoil it, because I'm going to change my shirt.
We're not going to go watch it.
We're going to watch the second one, but I'm changing my shirt. I'll change my beard. I might change my
We're
hair.
giving it away.
Yeah.
We could have bluffed it.
So many of these are recorded in a row, and I change my clothes and make him change his
The
clothes.
problem is that we do this on a very irregular basis because we don't actually like each other so much. And we don't want to spend too many days together.
We have breakfast together.
That was the Santa Claus, which maybe out of like the 25 minutes we spent 10 talking about the Santa Claus.
We'll have a lot more to say about the next one because the thing is, this is groundwork. And
I mean,
when
some have said this is a better trilogy than Lord of the Rings.
The problem is, I don't believe that even one has said that, let alone some. I think if you Googled that sentence, you would get nothing. That's a Google one.
I'm going to start writing reviews of things that I need said in advance on this, so that if people
some
check,
have said
it gets
any trilogy. Some have said this is a better trilogy than Lord of the Rings.
There is only 3, right? There wasn't.
They haven't made any more.
Right.
Tim Allen's still going though.
What was the last thing Tim Allen did?
We've had this conversation while we're watching the film. He's in Last Man Standing right now.
Yeah, but they haven't.
Okay.
They haven't,
Oh, sorry.
They haven't heard that.
Well, you know he's in a sitcom called Last Man Standing, which Fox cancelled, and then when they cancelled Brooklyn Nine-Nine, they brought it back.
I didn't know that.
It looks like basically they've made Home Improvement, but made it even more right wing, and it's like fucking 20 years later. Home Improvement was a good show.
I liked Home Improvement. What did you call the guy over the fence? Al? Dave? Gore?
Wilson.
Dave Gore.
Yeah, Dave Gore. And you didn't even, it wasn't even Dave Gore, it was Gore, this is the name. So you can never relied on the fact that it was a second name. I mean, Gore was a vice president, Wilson was a president. Hey. This hasn't been on topic, but does it matter? It's Christmas time.
It's Christmas.
What's Santa bringing you?
Love Christmas.
Santa this year is bringing me a mixing bowl, like an electric mixing bowl. What's Santa bringing you, Chris?
Coal.
Fucking probably, quite frankly. I'm getting a pair of trainers as well. I think Laura's just taking me out.
I'm getting a pair of jeans. Bought them last week.
You bought them last week.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know what Mom and Dad are getting me. I know my Santa present, but I don't know what Mom and Dad are getting me.
Do you know your Santa present?
I know my Santa present. That's my mixing bowl. I just kind of, to be honest, I just wanted whiskey. I said to everyone I just want whiskey. And everyone was like, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'd be alright with just getting spirits for Christmas.
To be honest, maybe I just told my sister to get me whiskey. I can't remember what I told her to get me. Anyway.
Santa Claus.
With an E.
With an E. Because it's lawyer talk.
This is, without a doubt, the worst one of these we've ever done.